you know?
There are a lot, and some are pretty tough. But yeah, we have so many coming up, and we're just at the start of carnival season and actually getting some very January-like weather for it with clouds overhead. But wow, it was such a pretty day with high clouds, mostly blue skies and sunny skies, warming us up into the lower 60s. And now we're in the 50s. We're about 10 or so degrees cooler than this time yesterday evening. And we are expecting a cold night with our winds still up, still elevated a bit in almost all of our spots. We saw some gusts today up to about 25 plus miles per hour thanks to this first front, which has passed all the way south. And yesterday, if you missed it, we got about an inch of rain in a lot of spots with that front, more farther to the north and less farther south toward the coast. But the New Orleans metro area right around 1 inch, and a lot of our North Shore spots a little over an inch. And then here's our next front. And this is not a really big serious front. It's just going to kind of wash out as it moves over us. But we are expecting a cold start tomorrow, near freezing north and about 40 south of Lake Pontchartrain. Then we have some surface high pressure starting to build in, a few clouds here and there all the way through Tuesday. Now, when the high begins to move east of us, that starts to bring the circulation around the high from the southeast. And so that typically brings our warm up. But actually this week, it's going to be pretty brief. On Wednesday, we'll probably jump to mid 60s after staying in the 50s both Monday and Tuesday afternoon. So Wednesday warmer. But this is what we have coming during the day on Wednesday, and then especially Wednesday night. We will start to see cooler air move in once again, and this is a pretty cold air mass from far north, just digging straight down into our area on Thursday, and that's going to keep us on the cold side as we get into Thursday and Friday. So once again, we still have a bit of a wind. As we look at our temperatures for tonight, we'll get very close to freezing north. So this is just a light freeze. I mean, we may just barely touch 32 degrees, so we won't be freezing for very long tonight or tomorrow night north of the lake, but still a cold feel south of the lake, about 40 degrees, mostly clear skies. Make sure plants, if you'd like to make sure those are protected north of the lake, if you have any you're worried about, you can go ahead and protect them the next 2 nights. And then both north and south, pets and people need to be protected. We're nowhere near pipe bursting kind of cold when we just barely get to freezing on the North Shore. So morning lows for tomorrow, 30s south of the lake, about 40 away from the city, upper 30s, and along the coast, mid to maybe upper 40s. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny, another beautiful day and cold. In fact, we'll stay colder today. Our temperatures in the 50s for the afternoon and a little less windy. Northeast winds about 5 to 10 or so miles per hour. Your planner for tomorrow, again, starting off cold, 30s to 40s around 7 a.m. Noon to 5 p.m. we may still have some of those high clouds moving over us, and our temperatures will be sitting in the 50s through the afternoon. Not as much wind, but still a little bit of some movement in the air as those winds are from the northeast. And then Tuesday, temperatures are almost identical to what we're expecting Monday. But as I was showing you, Tuesday, we will also begin to warm up more in the afternoon. Wednesday, we're in the 40s for lows, and then that's our warmest day actually of this entire stretch. We jump to mid 60s, like I said. Both models, the GFS and the Euro, have a tiny bit of rain, maybe a stray sprinkle or two. I don't know, we might take this 10% out, but I just wanted to include it just in case. That's ahead of this next front that will drop us down Thursday, and Friday might actually be the coldest of the stretch. Upper 20s to about 30 north, probably still a light freeze there. And then south of the lake, getting close to the frost range, but maybe staying just above with highs Friday around 59. Next weekend, if you have plans, I'm sorry to say there's a lot of uncertainty. The big global models have totally different things. The GFS has rain on Saturday with a cold front and a colder Sunday. The Euro keeps us dry and has us warming up a little bit on Sunday. So I sort of split the difference for now with a chance of rain Saturday and temperatures about the same Sunday. But keep your eye on that forecast. Of course, we'll give you more updates as we get a better idea.